Hey everyone, I went for a Bible study this evening and it was good for me. It was nice to go out and to be with other people, mainly because when I got the news that Dolly Parton died, it came as a shock. I've been following her posts and her music from the time I was a little girl, and I saw her post that she was getting ready to go out and perform again. So it really shook me up, and I had an upset stomach. I was even thinking of canceling and not going to the Bible study. But I went, and I'm glad I went. And it's a nice moment to remember her movies, her music. I remember when that song, I Will Always Love You, came out. That song is actually from Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, the original one. And then they took it and they put it in The Bodyguard. And also 9 to 5, A Coat of Many Colors, Jolene, Butterfly. That was one of my favorite songs, Butterfly. And Islands in the Stream brings back a lot of good memories and good times that we had in Zimbabwe, where it was a very different culture to here. And lots of house parties, lots of good times at Queen's Club, our Indian club. And yeah, it's a sad loss for me as a musician. I might not be on the world stage, but I'm still a musician. So now that I've been at home and unemployed, I've slowly started getting to know people at the church and talking more about myself. I don't really talk about myself. When I go to the church, I just go, I pray, and I come home. And the ladies, some of them are quite shocked that I play the piano and that I'm a singer and a spiritual director, because the people that know me are the people connected to me on Facebook, the people from the Maxwell team, people who are following my talks, my videos. People at the church, even I've been going to this church for a long time, but many of them didn't even know that I play the piano and I'm a musician. So yeah, it was upsetting news, and her music did shape me. Maybe not as much as Elvis Presley's music, but it did shape me. And it's a sad loss for those of us who enjoyed her music, who enjoyed her films. 9 to 5 was a very funny movie, and it was one of the movies I watched again recently. It had come out, I think it was in the 80s. So it was nice to just go out, and as I was with other people and being in a place that we were focusing on the scriptures, on the peace that brings, that also helped to settle me. And I think Dolly would have been happy about that, with her faith and her focus on her faith in her music. Also, some of us don't have our own children, but we have many children, because if God wanted us to have our own children and be birth mothers, He would have put that in our path. He would have found me the right man to get married to have a family of my own, and He didn't. But I have many children all over the world that I've helped through my volunteering, whether it's through the church or the One Campaign or the Global Fund or Rotary or the Lions Club. I have many children who are a part of me, and my life has touched them, and my love has touched them, and my money has touched them. And part of that comes from watching the musicians that I love. Musicians like Elvis Presley, with the cancer drive. He had cancer, so he used that to try to find things that would help him to heal. And the same way I used my life to help others who are facing poverty, injustice, lack of access to medicines, lack of access to eyeglasses, just the basics that the rich take for granted. And so it was nice to go to the Bible study and just to reflect on how moving it is when Jesus tells us to love others as we love ourselves. If we love ourselves, it is easy to love others. If we don't love ourselves, it is extremely difficult to love others, because that love fills us from God, and then in turn we can love others. And we focus today on the Gospel of John, on the promises that Jesus made, and also the Last Supper, the Eucharist, how Jesus healed, how he cured, he put out demons, he healed the eyes, the ears, he helped cripples to walk again. And each of us is doing that in our own way, in our own lives. And how moving it must have been for his disciples when the institution of the Eucharist took place, to have him wash their feet, to have your teacher wash your feet. And that's the same thing that moves me. When I was a little girl, they used to call us up and they used to call me to have my feet washed in the church. And it is moving when your priest puts the towel around his waist and he washes your feet. It's very moving, and it's that humble act of service that Jesus performs. And so we too take our gifts and our talents and we go out and we perform. So for me, I didn't get those opportunities in music that I wanted, but I decided that since I can't have it, I'm going to just make my own music videos at home and put them on YouTube and share them with my friends and family. And that way other people can enjoy a little piece of me and a little piece of my talent and my love, because that's the only way I can do it. It's not that I didn't try, I did. I went to restaurants, I wrote to restaurants, I wrote to bands, I tried to get into the music industry, and I performed when I was in high school and junior school, even nursery school. I performed my music, my dancing, but I didn't get those opportunities as an adult. So that's my way of sharing my music and my gifts and talents with the world, including my dancing. I think it's unfortunate that Facebook started putting copyright on everything. And for those of you, my friends who are following me, you are fortunate because you got to see some of my dancing live. I can't do it anymore because everything's becoming so restricted. But whatever I've done, and it's always going to be there, hopefully. They don't take it down. And yeah, Dolly Parton changed many of us. She changed our lives. Her music touched us. And she was also a mom to many children through her philanthropic work and her singing. And what an inspiration she was, and she will remain for us. For me, I liked her song, Islands in the Stream. That was my favorite. And that comes from growing up in Kwekwe, because the couples in Kwekwe, our parents and in the Indian community, the couples were very, very close. So whenever they used to put that song on, they used to get on the dance floor. And that's the memory I carry with me. My mom and dad also used to dance. They were very good dancers. But I remember very clearly those Queen's Club dances, and they were the best. And I'll carry the best memories with me from Dolly Parton's music. Butterfly and Islands in the Stream, just beautiful, beautiful music. And that's a reflection of her life. So amazing. So I'm not upset anymore. I'm glad I went out. I'm glad I went to the Bible study. And yeah, a lot of people, some of the ladies I've known since 2007, and they were shocked that I play the piano. But those of us who went to Regis College, we know that I'm a musician. And it's a big loss for the music industry. Big loss and unexpected. Life is short, that's the thing. I might not be here tomorrow, you might not be here tomorrow. And so it's it's just something that really moved me. I was like, wow, Dolly Parton's gone. So keep dancing and keep singing. If you are a musician like me, keep playing. What a gift God gave us. Beautiful music.